Okay, step number 3 is to change the scale size. Okay, what is the scale? What is the importance of changing the scale? Okay, let's go back to our drawing. Okay, so this is our drawing. Okay, if we drag the font a little bit here. Okay, so when we go back or zoom out for the page, okay, we will notice that these font and top and right very a little bit small. It has to be bigger because if we add the dimension, it will be hard to the technician to notice what is the dimension, what is the radius, what is the phi of this diameter, because these drawings are a little bit small. We want it to be bigger. So how can we change the size of these to be a little bit bigger? Okay, by changing the scale. Okay, what should we do? Click anywhere on this font. Click anywhere on this font. Okay, click anywhere. Okay, then go down. We have what we call scale. Choose use custom scale. Okay, and then go back again to see the full size of the page. Now it's a little bit small. So the scale here is 1 to 2. What does that mean? 1 to 2 means that if the model has a 10 centimeter length, okay, in the page will be 5 millimeter length. If it's in the real life, this part is 10 millimeter length, it will be, if it's 1 to 2, it will be 5 millimeters in the page. Okay, so this is what we call the scale. Because why? What is the scale? For example, if we have a building, a tower, big building, very long, it has like 50 floors. So it's like maybe, or maybe 4 floors, sorry, 5 floors like that. It will be like 5, 6, 7 meters long. So we cannot add this drawing in this page with the same meters. Okay, we have to scale it to be minimizes until we have the suitable size. Okay, so this is 1 to 2. Okay, let's see if we make it 1 to 1. Okay, now 1 to 1 is not suitable for the page because it becomes bigger and they connect it to each other so it's not a good thing. 1 to 2 is smaller. 1 to 1 is very big. So we have to add something in between. So not 1 to 1, not 1 to 2. It has to be 1.5, 1.6, like this. How can we change it? Okay, if we scroll in this rectangle, if we go up a little bit, we'll see something called user defined. Click on this user defined and make it 1.5. Okay, make it 1.4, 1.3, 1.2. So when this digit becomes lower, okay, that will be bigger. The same, the opposite thing when we see 1.6, smaller, 1.7, more smaller, 1.8, smaller, 1.9, smaller. So we want it to be like 1.5. 1.5 is suitable. Okay, but it's a little bit bigger. Why? Because I have to make space here to add my dimension. So it's a little bit bigger. So I'll make it 1.6. Okay. So the suitable number for my example here is 1.6. So 1.6 is not fixed for all problems. No, you have to change it first. See 1 to 2, 1. What happened if you make it 1 to 2? What happened if it's in between? Try many times until it becomes suitable in the page. Okay, so you can add some dimensions here. So 1.6 is okay, but I have to drag the font a little bit to the left, so I can add space here to add the dimension. Also, I have a space here to add the dimension. Okay, keeps 2 centimeters between the front and the top, and keeps 2 centimeters between the front and the right. So it will be like this, something like that, 2 centimeters. Okay, 2 centimeters, a little bit. Okay, and keep space in the left, keep space in the right to add dimensions. Okay, so if we go and make a zoom out, yeah, it will be easy for the technician to see the dimensions. Everything is clear to him. The size now is okay. So 1 to 1.6 is okay for this example. Okay, so let's go to the step number 4. Step number 4, adding dash lines. So I have to go to the front, click on the front. Okay, then make the dimension, go to the front. Then we have many cubes here, display style. Take this one, the hidden lines visible, the dash lines visible. So click on the hidden lines visible, click on that. Look what happens. He added some dash lines, as we can see here and here, and also here we have like a small lines like that. So this is what we call dash lines. Okay, so he added, if you click on the front, then choose this cube, he will add the dash lines for the front and the top and the right. For the isometric, keep it as it is, don't add the dash lines. You have to choose it to be shaded with edges, so click on that, so it's colorful. Okay, and you can make the scale smaller, no problem. So use custom scale, make it 1 to 2, make it smaller, no problem. Okay, so for the isometric, make it smaller, and also add the color for the isometric. Okay, is it important to add the isometric view? No, but it's something we advise you to add it, so it's easy for the technician to imagine what is the part. Okay, so this is the scale, and this is how we can add the dash lines. So what is the dash lines? Very important question. What is the dash lines? I'll try to make it easy for you. Okay, suppose that you have this part. Okay, I have to make it in the isometric. Okay, if I see this part from the front, what I can see just a square. Yes, but how can I tell that there is like steps behind this square? So if we go into the front, normal 2. Okay, if we make it from here dash lines. Okay, so we have dash lines here. So what are the dash lines? The dash lines means that there is an edges behind this square. There are an edges. So this is edge, for example, this one. Okay, I cannot see it from the front, but from the we add dash lines that we have an edge here. Okay, this edge. We have also this edge. Okay, you can see. Okay, so these are the dash lines. The dash lines mean there is an edges. Okay, this edge and this edge. We have an edges behind the front. Okay, this is the first meaning of the dashes. So dash means there is an edges like this and this behind the part, behind the front view, for example. Okay, let me give you an example also, another example for the dash lines. Yeah, suppose that we have this cylinder. Okay, and this cylinder has a hole through all hole inside. Okay, If we make it in the dash line form, okay, when we go to the front, you go normal to the front, you can see that we have like a rectangle with two dash lines. These two dash lines, parallel dash lines, means that there is a hole, an empty hole inside this part. And obviously this is these two dash lines, this one, and this is the dash line on the downside. Okay, so the dash lines mean there is a hole. The first meaning that there is a hole inside, okay, and the second meaning that there are many steps or many edges behind this wall. Okay, behind this wall, I add dash lines here, I add dash lines here, which means that we have an edges behind, which is this one, and also this one. So this is how we add the dash lines in our solid work. As we can see, we have here, for example, empty holes. Okay, we have also these two parallel dash lines, which means that we have hole here, which is this one. Okay, hopefully that it's easy now to you for step number 4, adding dash lines. Okay, we'll explain the 5th step in the next video. Thank you very much.